We are going to talk about a movie.
This is gonna be a disaster.
It was one of the best movies of the year.
It's gonna go so well. Probably one of the last movies I would ever want to see in a theater. What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review of Ad Astra. I was able to see it a couple of days ago, and let me tell you, I'm so glad that I saw it on the big screen. This movie 100% deserves to be experienced on a big screen because it's just such an experience, and I'm sure that it's just as fantastic on a small screen, but on a big screen, to me, it just really immersed me in feeling like this movie was an experience. And I'm not really going to go into spoilers, I guess. I'm just going to kind of talk about why I think you should definitely go see this movie. I guess one of the reasons I tell you that you should go see it might be a little bit of a spoiler, but I'll just say watch this at your own risk. If you don't want to know anything outside of having seen trailers, or if you haven't even seen trailers, maybe go see it first and then come back and I can tell you about it. But let's just get into it. So Ad Astra is absolutely not what I was expecting it to be based on the marketing. I really was intrigued by the trailer that I saw of the movie, but this didn't quite deliver what I think it was shooting for, in terms of I don't think the marketing team quite knew what to do with this movie, which is fair enough after having seen the movie. The thing that comes to mind when I first think about Ad Astra, now that I've seen it, is the absolutely incredible, immersive, breathtaking cinematography of this movie. The color palettes used in this movie are insane. The cinematography and the colors used and the design of the scenes is just such a character in this movie. It definitely plays a huge part in shaping the mood, the vibe, how you respond to what's going on, really having some insight into character emotions when there isn't really a lot of dialogue. I think it's really, really effective the way that they used it. It's so beautiful, and forgive the pun, but it's out of this world. And the music also does that as well. The score of this movie is absolutely beautiful. It really plays a part in evoking the emotions you're supposed to feel in all of the scenes that it's really a character in. So that's another tick for me of why this movie is great. And the more that I've had time to think about it, the more that I've enjoyed it. When I left the theater, I didn't really know how I felt, just because, like I said, it's not what I went in 100% expecting based on how it was marketed. But now that I've had time to really sit on it and think about it, I really, really enjoyed this movie a lot, and I do want to go see it again at some point. The reason that the movie really worked for me, and I think it's the same reason why it's not working for some other people, my partner Jacob didn't really enjoy it as much as I did, and I've heard this same kind of critique out of some other people, where they really enjoyed the movie, they just didn't really enjoy the story that was told in the movie. So they appreciate the elements of the movie, they appreciate the acting, they appreciate so many other elements, but the story they told just wasn't one that was engaging to them, and I can understand that. To me, it's probably what made the movie so interesting to me is the story they decided to tell. It's not really a traditional story, in my opinion. It's a story that is more of a character study, which I don't think people were expecting, and that may be a part of why they didn't enjoy it all that much. But it's definitely a character study. It relies very heavily on Brad Pitt's character and how Brad Pitt is able to portray the very tumultuous emotions that this character is going through throughout his journey into space. And when I think about it, and when I think about the way that this movie allows allows this character, who is seen as very in control of all of the aspects of his life. He's very in control of his emotions, and he's very, very talented at compartmentalizing his thoughts and being in control of what's going on, or at least making it appear that he is, and taking him, putting him in a very vulnerable situation, but a situation that he's used to, and then ramping it up and making it more and more personal, and really just allowing him to experience things that make him emotional and make him deal with his emotions and make him deal with everything he's compartmentalized and actually face it as he goes through this very dangerous journey in space. I just think it plays out really, really well. I think that everybody should go see it. I think that it's makes me a little sad that there are a lot of critiques out there that basically say it's just Brad Pitt sulking in space, that people can't acknowledge that this movie is very powerful in terms with the fact that it makes someone who thinks he's so in control of his emotions and has kind of moved on from being emotional at all about his relationship with his father, and really throwing him into situations where he has to face that, and where he actually physically has to face his father again, who he did not think was alive anymore, and really just giving this character once again, forgive the pun, the space to do it, and really forcing him to do it. And I think that it's a very valuable thing to see, because we still do kind of have that stigma of men can't be emotional, and if they're being emotional, that's dumb, and all this other crap, where I just think that it's such a powerful journey to watch this character go through, and I think that it's really, really a waste for people who don't get it. But I mean, we're all different, we all enjoy different kinds of movies, but I'm hoping people can at least appreciate the swings that this movie takes in terms of really just being a character study and being emotional for a lot of people to watch, because I know that there are people who've watched this movie and it's really dug up some emotions in terms of relationships or non-relationships that they've had with their own parents, and maybe past emotional traumas and things like that. But that's all I'm really going to say about this movie. I highly recommend that everybody go see it. I think it's a beautiful film, and I think it's an original film that people should support. There's been a lot of kind of outrage lately that Hollywood doesn't produce original movies, and then original movies like this that I think are gorgeous and beautiful and absolutely worth seeing because of the emotional weight and just artistic kind of masterpiece that it is. And then people don't support it and don't go see it, and then original movies keep dying. So with that being said, please leave your thoughts in the comments if you have seen this movie. If you haven't seen this movie and you've sat through this review, please let me know if you plan on going to see it. I really hope that you do. All my links are down in the description if you want to find me on social media. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support, and I will see you all next time.